An Australian named Anthony Bayer was teased daily at school because he was overweight. He was called a lot of things. "I can't remember everything," he says. "I just couldn't walk down the corridor properly. There was always someone yelling piggy or fatso from across the hall. Everyone in the hallway would start laughing. It was very painful. Naturally, my relationships with the girls did not work out. They were afraid to even talk to him. What if someone saw him? And then one day, there was an incident that took him a long time to come to his senses. He was teased by his acquaintances. As a teenager, Anthony became addicted to fast food for breakfast. Anthony would eat 2 huge meatball sandwiches and wash it down with a big bottle of Coke. For lunch, KFC burgers and a carton of ice cream were on the menu. Anthony had 2 big birds and another bottle of Coke for dinner. All in all, the guy had about 10,000 calories in a day. And at some point, the guy's weight reached a maximum of 350 pounds. The obesity was preventing the guy from being able to talk to people properly. Anthony admits he suffered from low self-esteem and jokes from others during his high school years. High school proved difficult for a man of his size. Kids are cruel to those who look different, so it wasn't easy for me. His relationships with the girls also suffered. The most memorable incident had a big impact on Anthony. At school, I really liked one girl. She was very popular, and all the boys thought she was the prettiest in the class. I thought she was very pretty too. I must have been crazy. But one day I dared. Anyway, I got up and approached her to ask her to the school dance. I was graduating high school at the time and thought, why not? Naturally, I expected her to just turn me down right away or laugh right in my face. Amazingly, she said yes. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited that I bought a new suit, got a haircut, and ordered a limo. I really wanted to impress her. Before graduation, I couldn't sleep all night. I was getting ready for the day. For months, I couldn't believe she was coming with me. When graduation day came, I drove up to her house, went upstairs, and rang the bell. She opened the door, looked me in the eye, and said, "Sorry, but you're too fat to get through the door," and then slammed it right in my face. Behind the closed door, the guy could hear her friends laughing. They must have been crawling on the floor from the kind of prank they must have been up to all along. It broke Anthony's heart. He got back in the limo and paid himself all eyes while sitting in the back of the limo. After a while, he pulled himself together and thought, "Well, you have a suit, so you can still go to the dance." How wrong he was then. When he arrived at the school and walked into the auditorium, everyone started applauding and laughing. The whole school laughed and mocked me when they found out what had happened and how I had been humiliated by a girl. It was terrible. I wouldn't wish anything like that on anyone. But that wasn't all. Improper nutrition also took a toll on the guy's health. In 2014, a doctor warned Anthony that he was at risk for diabetes with this diet, and it was relationship failures and health fears that motivated him to change. As the guy says, "I didn't think anyone would ever love me. I'll be alone forever." First, the guy gave up fast food, and then the guy gathered his will into a fist and went to the gym. The taunts continued at the gym, but Anthony had no turning back. Since then, the guy has lost as much as 130 pounds and has changed like hell. The guy now weighs 200 pounds and boasts muscles of steel. And a few months ago, he even got an email from a friend from high school, the very same girl who used to make fun of him. She apologized for the jokes and even asked him out herself. School was over and time had put everything in its place. He even said yes, and when they met in a restaurant, the guy left her after 20 minutes of chatting. He just got out, apologized, and said he had to run. You should have seen her eyes. She certainly wasn't expecting that. Anthony's self-esteem has changed a lot since then. Now girls pay attention to him on their own, and Anthony happily shares pictures from before weight loss and after. You should never give up. It is always possible to fundamentally change your life. After all, This guy has proven by his own example that you can lose weight and put your abusers in their place. Give me some likes if you agree with this. And don't forget to share this story with your friends.